I am outside the Centre Sportif de Notre-Dame-de-Grace. I'm just doing a protest against the fact that the Projet Montreal candidate for mayor of Côte-des-Neiges Notre-Dame-de-Grace in the upcoming municipal election, Sue Montgomery, oh there she is, Sue Montgomery going in here. She's totally complicit in her religious community's immoral and unethical and borderline criminal and I don't mind saying batshit crazy misuse of blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to conceal such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. So above and beyond that, she has directly involved herself in attempts to shut down my peaceful public protest against clergy abuse and other injustices and abuses outside the Unitarian Church of Montreal. As far as I'm concerned, she has participated in misuse and abuse of the criminal justice system to shut down a legitimate protest against peaceful public protest against clergy abuse, and she was partially successful. So I believe, someone who is guilty of such anti-democratic behavior, such complete disregard for Canadian charter rights and freedoms and so on, is really not suited to be Montreal politician, or indeed a politician anywhere. So I guess Sue Montgomery will probably be coming through the door down there shortly. She took the elevator for some reason. There's stairs going straight down. But I guess she'll be showing up soon. And let's see here. Anyhow, I'm just going to zoom back out here and get a look at the overall view. There's not a whole lot of people yet. Still needs a few more people to show up for the candidates forum. Oh, there she is. Sue Montgomery entering, and various other candidates and so on. So, anyhow, we're going to go back to my protest here and continue to show the picket signs. One is specifically about how Sue Montgomery is complicit in her religious community's attempted misuse of blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to conceal pedophilia and rape. So yes, helpless children have been raped by Unitarian Universalist ministers and Sunday school teachers. But the Gazette's retired, in quotation marks, justice reporter, in quotation marks, Sue Montgomery, never reported the UUA's misuse of blasphemy law and clergy abuse cover-up legal bullying. So that's about Sue Montgomery specifically. And of course also the fact that Unitarian Universalists do indeed misuse blasphemy law to cover up and deny pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers and Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers. So I'm getting, looks like a affirming nod here from some of the people. So far I've had very little objection to my protest. Just, I think some of the people, who were employees of the Centre Sportif de Notre-Dame-de-Grace, weren't too happy about my being out here with picket signs that, yes, indeed, do display some rather disturbing words. I have to admit that, it's regrettable, but, how do you protest against these things if you don't use the correct words? So anyhow, we'll just stay out here for a little while yet, but I don't want to miss signing in to ask questions. So anyhow, so far, so good, I think.
You can't know who you are or what you're about.
It's all right. You can find it. Just Google Sue Montgomery and Unitarians. Guy says, I don't know who you are, what you're about. Yeah, that's the problem. Picket signs can only say so much. I actually had thought about, having like a letter I could hand out to people. Unfortunately, I've been busy with other stuff and didn't get around to that. But a little handout wouldn't hurt. So, anyhow, I'm just debating about going inside because there is a question period and I do believe you have to sign up for it, and I do want to be able to ask a question. Okay, so what's going on here? Sue's talking to someone. So okay, it's 6:58, so officially this thing starts very soon. I think that's soon. Let's just have a closer look here. Is that Sue Montgomery having a little discussion? Looks like it. Oh, she's talking to a crew. She's talking to media. And that's interesting. They saw my protest earlier. So, who knows? I don't know if I doubt very much actually it's got anything to do with my protests, but nonetheless it does seem that Sue's slightly agitated, but I could be reading too much into that. Don't want to overthink things, but yeah, I think it's about time to go in. It's 2 minutes to 7 and the thing officially starts at 7. So I think I'm going to pack up the picket signs and go in and hopefully be able to ask a question related to these issues. And like I said, I think I have one, that general question that I can pose for all the candidates. So let's go in and see what happens. I think I'll keep the camera running just on the off chance that there's some kind of incident. I want to be able to have it recorded, but well, for now we're just going to wrap up the picket signs and go in. So let's just wrap these up. Okay. So they will not be visible, and hopefully not a problem. So let's just make some adjustments here. See for the color balance. I wonder if I can change that. Hang on. No, I guess I can't change color balance. So whatever, I'm just going to keep it as is. Colors might be slightly off. So let's go in. Hey.
This is for the mayor of Côte-des-Neiges Notre-Dame. Jeremy Searle's running for councillor. That's Friday night.
Yeah, it's Friday, exactly.
Le nom de lui, ça c'est Andrew Ross. Juste là, il parle avec les gens. Et en avant, c'est lui qui décide.
Well, hi there. I'd like to sign in to ask a question.
Yeah, all right. Your name, please?
It's Robin Edgar.
Robin Edgar. All right. You're in.
Okay, thank you.
Simple as that.
Great, thank you. So let's just walk over. See what's happening here.
Je veux pas le mec.
Okay, so you don't want the questions though, because there's no audio file.
Oh, well, just that. So I'll just use it as like a sound.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and then I'll say like, can I answer your questions?
I'd be interested in talking with you later. I think you probably saw my protest outside.
Yes, yes.
It's about Sue Montgomery's complicity in her religious community's clergy abuse, cover-up and denial, and even misuse of the criminal justice system to silence my free speech. I don't believe someone who participates in misuse of the criminal justice system or condones it, in other words, maybe not directly involved, but knows about it and says nothing, is suited to be in public office anywhere for any reason.
And how did she?
Well, she is a member of the Unitarian Church of Montreal.
Okay.
As you know, she was the Gazette's justice reporter. In June of 2012, I was falsely accused by the Unitarian Universalist Association of the criminal act of blasphemous libel for blogging about Unitarian Universalist pedophiles and rapists. I asked Sue Montgomery to report that misuse of blasphemy law in the Gazette. She was the Gazette reporter at the time in 2012. She totally refused. To the best of my knowledge, she's never at any time spoken out against sexual abuse in her religious community at all. But on top of that, prior to that, back in 2007, the Unitarian Church of Montreal locally, which I protest in front, you can see lots of YouTube videos if you just search for Unitarian Church of Montreal, the minister rounded up a bunch of church members, including Sue Montgomery, to claim to be very, very frightened of me, to get a restraining order against me to put an end to my protest. So this, Sue directly participated in. She wrote depositions to the police along with other Montreal Unitarians. And to me, this is the most anti-democratic thing, where she's going to the police to say, oh, we're terribly frightened, we're afraid for our safety. I'd never done anything to threaten anyone. I'd never done any kind of physical violence, and to shut down a protest. And she was partially successful. They got a 1-year restraining order, because I got one of the worst judges in Quebec dealing with the hearing.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, you've got other things to do, I understand. No, but if you could talk to me later, or...
it's just, we're focusing really right now on the campaign.
Right.
But if you email CFCF assignment, I don't know if you've done that maybe.
Okay,
but
not yet.
I don't make the decisions.
Could I just ask what your name is?
Amanda.
Amanda.
Client,
okay, nice talking to you, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, no problem. It's just I don't make.
No, I understand. You're not the assignment editor.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I got that. But thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that was nice. Amanda from CTV listened very intently to what I had to say about Sue Montgomery. Just make sure this thing's still running. Oh yes, that's very good. Good day, sir. How are you? It's running now. Anyhow, it's been a pretty good little protest out there. So. Hey. Yeah, I'm not going to display them. No worry, but I'll. Yeah. So I basically got asked to put my picket signs away. I already told them I wasn't planning on displaying them, but I guess they want some reassurance.
You don't want to be in the way of the camera, eh?
No, I do intend to ask a question, though. I just have to frame it. We'll see what the format is. Anyhow, so here's... Good day, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. So that's Russell Copeman saying hello.
Yeah.
And he's aware of what I'm saying about Sue Montgomery because I raised the question at a Montreal City Council meeting in June. So pretty well every Montreal City Councillor knows about Sue's false libel accusation against me. To say nothing of other things. So things are starting up here. I got somebody starting to make some kind of announcement. So we'll just see what she has to say. That's, while they're having their technical difficulties, we'll just okay, so I can lower my ISO a bit, get some better noise quality here. That's better. And adjust our aperture a little bit. So anyhow, a reasonable turnout here, and they're about to make an announcement. I guess they're still working on the sound. So I don't see where the candidates went. Maybe they stepped behind the stage or something. Anyhow, yeah, not a bad turnout. Most of the seats are full. There's maybe 80% full, or at least 70, at least 60% anyway, maybe 70. 50% full seating, and there could be more people arriving. So pretty good turnout for this candidates debate. And okay, so here we have the candidates, Russell Koopman from Équipe Coder, and Zaki Gavitian, Coalition Montreal. He saw my picket signs coming in. And Sue Montgomery, Projet Montreal. And then the moderator, Andrew Ross from the Conseil communautaire de NDG. And it looks like they're still working on the sound. Okay, so we shall just look around here and see what's happening. But I don't see the candidates anymore. So it looks like they stepped out of the room, and they'll be back later, I guess. Almost debating. Okay. I guess it's just a sound check. So you know what? I think I might just turn off the camera, let it cool down a bit. It does have a tendency to overheat, and there's nothing really interesting happening right now. So I'm going to shut it off. I'll turn it back on when something happens.